Hey everybody, it's Tiffany. Today we're going to talk about health savings accounts. So tax-wise, health savings accounts can be a really good thing, but also just kind of in general, I really like health savings accounts. Little side note, I am not an HSA expert. I am a tax preparer, but I'm going to give you the rundown on how HSAs and health insurance companies work, things you can do, and just kind of the little summary on what it means. So you have two things. When you have an HSA account, your card might say HSA on it. That doesn't mean the HSA is part of the health insurance. They're actually two separate things. So you have your health insurance and then you have your HSA. The health insurance is run by an insurance company. So Anthem, Blue Shield, United Healthcare, Aetna, Cigna, whatever it may be, that's the insurance company. The HSA is with a bank. So either your employer is going to start one and put you with a bank, or you can choose a bank that offers HSAs and you put it with the bank. So these two don't talk, okay? The insurance company gives you coverage for medical care, and the HSA is the way to pay for medical services pre-tax. So you save a little bit of money. The employer and or the employee can make contributions to that. Okay, so I'm gonna erase all of this and we're gonna go into all the different things with an HSA. So in order to have an HSA, you have to have what's called a high deductible health plan. Okay, now they pretty much tell you if you're in an HSA or if you're HSA eligible with your health plan. So the high deductible health plans just mean it has a pretty big deductible that you have to meet. So the minimum deductible for the high deductible health plan, the minimum deductible for an individual is $1,600. This is all for 2024. Okay, this is 2024. And for families, if you have a family HSA or high deductible health plan, the minimum for that is $3,200. So if you have a health insurance plan that you think is a high deductible, but let's say you're an individual and your deductible is only $1,000, not $1,600 or more, then you're not eligible for an HSA. So now, like I said, the insurance companies are pretty good about telling you if you're eligible for that, but these are the minimum deductibles for high deductible health plan to make you eligible for an HSA. They also have a maximum out-of-pocket. So the maximum out-of-pocket would be for an individual $8,050, and for a family would be $16,100. Now what does that mean? That means when you are paying for things, when you're paying with your deductible or co-pays or whatever, that's your out-of-pocket. Okay, so the maximum that you'll spend before insurance starts kind of covering everything, the individual would be $8,050 and the family would be $16,100. So just double, right? But that is also part of the high deductible health plan HSA requirements. Okay, now I like to say that HSA is like an IRA or a 401k, but for medical. Okay, so there are certain rules that go along with the HSA, same as go along with an IRA. Okay, so I'm going to erase all of this. Now, again, I'm doing 2024. So the contribution limits. Okay, so if you watched other videos, you know, IRAs have contribution limits. So the contribution limits for an HSA for 2024 for an individual is $4,150, and for a family is $8,300. So again, just double. Okay, so what that means is, as an individual, this is the max that you can put into your HSA, so you get that pre-tax benefit. Okay, now when you start using your HSA, they'll usually give you a card, like a bank card, a debit card. So you can either use that when you go someplace or reimburse yourself. If you reimburse yourself, you have to keep really good records and keep the receipts from every place you go. You just have to keep really good records. Okay. This $4,150 or $8,300, you don't have to use all of that. Like a flex spending account, a lot of times you have to use the whole thing, or cafeteria plan, use the whole thing or lose it by the end of the year. That is not true for an HSA. For an HSA, you can put this in every year and never use a dime of it. And it keeps staying in this health savings account. Again, it's a savings account, so it earns money like a savings account does. Not a ton, but it's like a savings account. So at least you're banking away money for health. Okay, so if you're young or young-ish, you can start putting money into that, build it up, and then even if you don't have a high deductible health plan anymore, you don't have an HSA eligible insurance plan anymore, you can still use your HSA. You just can't put money into it anymore. Okay, so again, I'm going to say that again. Even if you don't have a high deductible health plan any longer, but you still have all this money you've put into this HSA, you can still use the money from the HSA. You just can't contribute to it anymore. Okay, so that's why it's kind of like an IRA, right? You can bank away money to save for when you're older and you need it for medical stuff, because that gets expensive, right? Okay, now, there are things called excess contributions. If you go over your amounts, then you have to pay it back before taxes are due. So in this case, April 15th, right? If I put too much in there, if I put $5,000 in there, I need to take out $850 before tax day. Otherwise, I get penalized, and that penalty is 6%. So you don't want to do that. And if you use the money on something that's not medical, you're penalized 20%. Okay, so you don't want to do that. That's, again, how it works like an IRA. Okay, there's penalties if you use it for the wrong thing, and there's contribution limits. You can still put in right now for, I know we're in 2024, but you can still put money into your HSA if you haven't met your contribution limits, if you do it by tax day, same as an IRA. Okay, so for IRAs and HSAs, you have until April 15th to put money in for 2023. So right now you could be putting money in for 2023 and 2024. Now, what if you didn't get your health insurance until later in the year? Can you put in the whole amount for the year? Yes, as long as you have that health insurance from December 1st of, let's say, 2023 through December 31st of 2024. Then you meet your full year. If you already had it in 2023 and you just didn't know it, you can put all of this in because you've already met that year. Okay? Now, once you hit 65, there are no penalties. You can use it for whatever. So again, I really like HSAs. It's a really easy thing to do to save money for your medical. Not everybody's going to do it, but it's a good way to force yourself to save for that. Okay, so I hope that's good. Any questions, just let me know. Maybe I'll do something else to cover it, but that's it for HSAs right now. Okay, Thanks. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you later.